opportunity to work with you. They love the opportunity to have your energy engaging with their energy. So see this now as your truth, because this is now yours, and you will act upon it, engage with it each and every day. Now, there isn't a memory of the past. There's not a thought from the here and now. There's not an expectation of the future. There's not a person, a place, or a thing, not a situation, a circumstance, not an attitude, my sir, of yours or anybody else's, can block you from your goodness. Now, I am going to count to 5, and on 5, you'll open your eyes, feel delightful in every way. And when you leave this office today, you're going to feel amazed, because you are amazing. So we'll begin now, of course, with 1. Start moving your feet around a little bit, allowing that nice energy. There you go. 2, bringing the energy into your torso. 3, taking a nice deep breath, aware of your surroundings. And 4, each and every time you set with me, and if I were to snap my fingers and say the word sleep, you will automatically go deep, deep, deep into this state of hypnotic rest, reaping the beautiful benefits. Yes. 4, eyes feel wonderful. Head absolutely clear. 5, eyes open, fully aware, fully awake, feeling wonderful in every way. Next stretch. Now on stage, oftentimes we will give what is called a post-hypnotic suggestion. Actually, all health and wellness suggestions are post-hypnotic. That means that they're going to be carried out after my people open their eyes and they leave my stage, right? Or leave my office. But sometimes we give post-hypnotic suggestions on stage, such as when the person is in trance state, that the person I'm touching right now on the knee, you're going to find when it's time to leave my stage that your foot is glued to the stage. You won't be able to leave. No, you won't. And that person, of course, has already demonstrated they're following suggestions beautifully for me. So they will indeed stand up and not be able to move. Last time I did this, the gentleman was very frustrated with the whole situation. He felt for sure that his foot had been nailed to the floor, and without him knowing it. And so he simply untied his shoe, much like your shoe there, and pulled his foot out of his shoe and left the stage. It was very cute. And then I had 2 young men glued to the stage. The other young man, he was a very young man, maybe 19 or something, and he had proved through the session to be a little bit of an emotional young man. Oh yeah, he'd had a tear or 2 a couple times.
How sad.
Yes, I offered him tissue. It was quite good. I mean, you talk about playing into the act. It was perfect. And so when his foot was glued to the floor, it really upset him, and he began to get a little emotional about it. So I had to play on that a little bit without tampering with his psyche too much, And so it was very, very cute. And then, of course, I released him from that suggestion, and he was able to leave the stage, feeling wonderful.
Good.
So I hope in this little bit of time that I've donated to you, because I'm not going to charge you today, that it's been helpful to you. But leave this office and act upon what you know is true and valid for you. Now, I mentioned, I didn't say this, but I'll say it now. Sometimes when a person is in trance state, they'll have almost like a lapse in memory. Not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes people just, I don't remember a thing about any of it. But then it starts coming to them later. They go, oh my God, oh, that's right, yike. Almost like us waking in the morning and saying, I think I had a dream last night, but I don't know what it was about. And later it says, that's what that dream was about. We've all had that sensation, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes people respond like that to hypnosis. It doesn't matter. We don't have to engage with it intellectually for it to work. I did say to you in hypnosis that I'll teach you a very simple form of self-hypnosis. Honey, it's simple. It's not what all the marketing, you know what I mean when I say marketing,
yeah.
How we present it to the outside world. It's not all of that. Although, that's a beautiful marketing tool, correct?
Right.
And we're not going to abandon it, because we must market, if we're going to make any money. I mean, if we're just doing it out of the kindness of our heart, this will be it. But this is how I support myself. And I've been very successful for many, many, many years, and I'm about 80% retired now. Why? Because I can.
Yeah.
That's why. So here's a simple form of self-hypnosis. You can put that hand on your lap if you would. So many times throughout your day, or once or twice, or whenever you like, maybe right before you sleep at night, maybe when you're taking a break in the afternoon, anytime as long as you're not driving.
Okay.
Because you followed my suggestions quite nicely to close your eyes, and I like the word surrender to that, what I call the feeling. Right, you follow that suggestion beautifully. So if you were to think these things while you're driving, we don't want you closing your eyes.
No.
No. But you can do it any time you want. I mean, I traveled yesterday, I was in Chicago in the airport for a little while. A little bit of a delay, not much, but a little bit. So I was tired. I'd been out dancing the night before.
Look at you.
Oh, yeah. So, but anyways, coming in last night. So I just simply hooked my purse here under this knee and put this, here. So here's my bag here. I'm in the airport in Chicago. Noisy people all over the place. So I just take a nice deep breath, exhale, and close my eyes. And because my system is so trained to go there, I call it the aha moment. And it's almost like me moving into a peace chamber, if you will. All the noise goes away, everything goes away. Normally my hypnosis presents, my self-hypnosis presents very dark and quiet to me. Now my subconscious, or my conscious mind is always listening. Remember that little critical factor that I told you about? The critical factor is always listening, just like this. It's always listening. So amongst all this noise, and now that I'm here in this beautiful state of my mind where it's dark and quiet here, if they were to say something about Southwest Airlines going into Flint, Michigan, my critical factor would listen to that. Go like this, like a Doberman Pinscher. Doesn't mean that I'd open my eyes that moment, I would just simply listen. And they said, okay, we've had another 10-minute delay. It's okay, I'm cool. Now, if this little announcement said, Mary Salmon's going into Flint, Michigan, please come to the podium, guess what I would do? Open my eyes, take a nice breath, and go to the podium. Critical factor is always listening. This is why people on stage are listening. That's why they know the guy that just sang Elvis Presley for me, I want you to open your eyes again for me. Their critical factor picks it up and says, oh my God, she's talking to me.
Yeah.
Open my eyes and off I go. Why? Because I take the suggestion. That's right, come. But, get them up here next to you. Why? Because that's where you are, and in front of the stage. These people are just, they're extra participants at that moment, right? So here's a simple form of self-hypnosis. You can do it anytime as long as you're not driving. You can be in a noisy airport. You can be anywhere as long as you're not driving. If you're in a busy place and somebody really needs you, they will speak to you and you will open your eyes and say, what? Okay, so there's no resistance. If you choose to do this little tiny exercise when it's time to sleep, you will be here, you'll slide into natural sleep, for fortifying your health, wellness, happiness, your success as you're sleeping, waking every morning going, okay, come on. Instead of, powerful. Nice deep breath. Exhaling and close your eyes. Automatically. Close your eyes. And automatically remember in this beautiful state of hypnotic rest. Just simply surrender, if you will, my sir. Very quickly allow your mind to wander, Alex. Allow your mind to wander to what I simply call your goodness. You may think about your success. You may think about your curiosity and your creativity and your courage. It takes courage to do new things. It takes courage to talk to people about possibilities. So you may see yourself. If you had in the past, if you'd had some enthusiastic thoughts about this or that or the other thing, maybe becoming a teacher, martial arts teacher, or maybe a promotional speaker, or maybe I don't know, doesn't matter what anything that you've ever thought that might be really fun and maybe financially prosperous for you. Think about those things and bring them to your forefront of your mind. But I want you to already notice, my sir, how beautifully relaxed you are. Just notice the heaviness that you're feeling. I want you to notice, yes, feel that beautiful state of hypnotic rest. Now I am going to lift your left hand, and it'll be loose and limp and relaxed. Beautiful, relaxed in every way. That's right. Now take these moments, my sir, if you will. Take them and gather. Gather your enthusiasm. Gather your passion. So when you leave this office today, you'll consider if I'm going to be helpful to you or not. I've been already helpful to you, and it's my pleasure, and this is like a Christmas gift from me to you. But after this, then you'll explore your possibilities. Yes, you will. So take your time, Alex. Allow your mind to wander. Allow your mind to gather your enthusiasm, your passion, your creativity, your courage. And when you're satisfied that you've just gathered up all your enthusiasm and you're just going to carry it out of here with you, at that time you'll bring yourself out of trance state. You know how to do that. You'll move your feet, you'll take a nice deep breath, but you will stop. You'll stop at your eyes and you'll say, my eyes feel wonderful and my head is absolutely clear. And at that time you'll open your eyes feeling wonderful in every way. So when you're ready, bring yourself out of trance.
So good.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
I call it yummy because it does feel like that. I call it the moment. Moment. We do want to stop our eyes. Our eyes feel wonderful. My head is absolutely clear. We want to assure that we're not going to experience what we call a hypnotic hangover. We don't want to feel sluggish. Now, if we're going to go to sleep at this same moment, well, so be it. But if we're going to open our eyes and get about our business, then we want to have a nice clear head and beautiful clarity and enthusiasm. This is what we want, okay? So, if you're working with anybody, you will you will reinforce that they feel wonderful. Their eyes feel wonderful and their head is absolutely clear. Oftentimes I say like a great big blue sky in your head. Great big blue sky. Open those eyes. There you go. I know it's nice. So, once in a great while on stage, and actually in my office too, once in a great while somebody will open their eyes and they'll say something like this. In my office they'll go, oh, I don't know. I mean, I can see it before they even say it. I say, you're feeling a little sluggish. You say, yeah, my goodness. I just see, yeah, like, this is what I'm talking about. Because every time I snap my fingers and I say the word sleep, Alex, from this moment forward, I don't care if you see me 100 years from now. If I look at you and smile, and as long as you're not driving, of course, and if you're sitting down, that would be a perfect thing. And if I snap my fingers and say the word sleep, that's exactly what you will do. Now, in a moment, I am going to count. I'm going to count to 3 this time, but on 3, you'll open your eyes feeling wonderful. So 1, move your feet. 2, nice deep breath, more aware of your surroundings, your eyes and your head feeling wonderful, nice and clear. 3, eyes open, fully aware, fully awake, feeling wonderful in every way. So, with people, whether they're here or whether they're on stage, we want to assure that they just feel lovely. And you talk about a marketing tool.
Yeah.
When my clients leave this office, they feel lovely. They want to come back. And all the while, they're making wonderful natural progress towards their goals, whatever their goals are, whether it's smoking cessation, whether it's losing healthy weight and being happy about that, whether it's patience with your family or releasing resentments and anger. You know, we can imagine, and maybe it's been us, you know, we've had some hardships from time to time. And some folks are tired of carrying the anger and tired of carrying the resentment. So I help them let go of those things. And when they let go of those things, then their life opens up. They have